Hello, everybody. This is Ian Beckles, and welcome back to the Plant Power Podcast. And we're hanging out here at the Dignitary Tea Kava House at our outside lounge area. For those of you that have your medical card, we really embrace people to come in here with your medical card. You can sit here on these beautiful, nice chairs, little wicker furniture, and you can just do your thing. That's what having a medical card is all about. We're all doing this legally, and it's medicine, and that's what we're trying to get accomplished on this podcast. Let people know how different plants on this beautiful earth help us out. I've been leaning way more towards plants here as of late. Eating vegan. I own a kava shop with some kratom as well. I have my kava right here, and I have Frank, the Kava OG, is going to be on a little bit later to talk to us about a new kava that we have. And we also have a new product here at Dignitary Tea Kava House. And I love these. I have one or two of them every single day. I absolutely love these things. Mitra9 or Mitra9, from what I hear, you can't say it wrong. But they have this wonderful botanical seltzer, unwind, and it has a bunch of different flavors, and they're absolutely beautiful, kind of like a cocktail. You put them on ice. It's just a nice little, it's a nice feel to it. So I could talk to you about this, or I can bring the owner of the company, Mr. Dallas Vasquez. How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing wonderful. Good. Now, talk to me about your product. Explain what it is first.
Sure. Okay, so Mitra9 is brewed from a kratom extract.
Okay.
And then it is basically flavored and sweetened.
Okay.
So we call it a seltzer.
Okay.
Because it's a carbonated drink.
Correct.
And it pours out really nice to some, pink and purple. And
absolutely.
Kind of whatever color you want. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
so what is your exposure to kratom and kava? Are you exposed to kratom and kava?
Yeah, both. So kratom dates back maybe 7 or 8 years, and oddly enough, I was searching for ayahuasca.
Oh, really?
Yes.
We're gonna talk about that in a minute.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And kratom pops up quite a bit if you go down the rabbit hole of ayahuasca. And so I just bought some random powder from overseas, and it was a weird experience. Threw it in a shaker cup. Tried not to throw up.
Correct.
I got it down, and it was good.
Correct.
I mean, the taste was horrible, but the feeling was good.
Okay.
So I liked it. I liked kratom. That was I lived in Ohio then. I got away from it. I moved down to Florida, and then I was doing that with somebody, shaking up some kratom, drinking it, and they're like, "Hey, we have bars down here that serve that?"
Isn't that something?
I was like, "What?
Yeah, right.
No way, right? I mean, outside of Florida,
sure, no doubt,
doesn't really exist.
Oh, it doesn't.
I mean, yeah. Right?
Well, I mean, I saw it in Atlanta. One.
Yes. I mean,
one. That's not far away, though.
I think we would be truthful in saying that there's more kratom kava bars in Florida than the rest of the country combined.
Well, I would narrow it down to St. Pete.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Because we're the only one in South Tampa.
Yeah.
St. Pete has an abundance of them, kind of all jammed up together.
Yep.
And once again, I was just in Atlanta about 4 months ago, and I googled kava bars near me, and one came up about 8 miles away, and it was barely a kava shop. It's just not their thing, you know. No doubt.
Yeah, Florida has a great environment for it. I mean, I've been to the East Coast shops, the Fort Myers shops. This area is amazing. You can walk in and get a different environment in every bar. Really cool.
So Dallas, explain to me the difference in the different kratoms that you have. I'm relatively new to kratom.
Yeah.
I kind of was exposed to it last year when I stopped drinking alcohol. So I really substitute kratom and kava for alcohol, and I think that's a pretty good swap myself.
I have the same story, actually.
I mean, and there's a lot of success stories like this that we have here at the Dignitary Tea Kava House, and that's what we're doing here. But I've gone to a few different kratom and kava bars. I find kava to be pretty universal, okay? Kava doesn't vary that much, but kratom varies immensely. Like I find Frank's kratom to be the best because I know what he does. I know the process, but I go to other places that's very muddy, and there's some other ones that are very powdery. There's a big discrepancy between the kratoms, right?
Yeah. So I would actually say the opposite.
Okay.
I think that there's a big discrepancy in kava. So when
I go,
really? Yeah, it's interesting.
Well, that's good.
So when I go place to place and drink kava, for the most part, I don't really enjoy it.
Okay.
Right? There are a few places like Dignitary.
Yeah.
Frank does a great job.
Yes,
he does a great job.
Yes,
he really does. But to your point, kratom, no matter where you go, to me, you get a bitter tea, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that we focused on with Mitra9 was not everyone likes tea.
Correct.
You know, not everyone wants a tea.
Yep. And that's what's amazing is I've talked to some people that were like, I don't really like tea.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think I like tea. Like, I'm just serious about like tea is to me, you know, a little tea bag hanging out of that little thing with your fingers and it's hot. And I don't really love hot drinks to begin with. If I have an iced tea, I'll do iced tea, but I like them flavored, you know. So I guess a kratom must be closer to an iced tea, I guess. And, you know, how did you come up with the flavors? Okay, because first and foremost, we've had numerous people roll through here with kratom products. Sure. Okay, I'm just being, you know there have.
Yes.
You know there, because there's just not that many kratom places, and I didn't care for a lot of them. I'll be honest with you. I'm 54 years old. I don't lie, by the way. Yours is the best tasting. Okay.
Thank you.
So I'm going to say this. How many times did you swing and miss before you hit this one?
Okay. So we were swinging and missing for like a year.
Sure you were.
Yeah, over and over and over again. The magic in that drink is not the flavoring, it's the extract.
Okay.
So most extracts that you taste, if you were to go buy an extract shot at a bar somewhere, they're pretty horrible.
Okay.
They're really bitter.
Sure.
They're really strong kratom taste. So the magic is in making your extract near tasteless, so that your flavoring is kind of an easy process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, I've always been the person who doesn't drink sugar or calories.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing I did, and once again, everybody else comes in, the first thing I do is I do this.
Sure.
So, the first, I don't even look at what it's called.
Yeah.
I just turn it, and I turn yours, and I do this, and I go, no carbohydrates and no calories. I believe this is the first kratom one I've seen like that. How the hell did you get it to taste so damn good with no carbohydrates and no calories?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of alternative sweeteners on the market where, you know, you don't, most of our calories come from cane sugar or just processed sugar. So if you can find an alternative sweetener, there's, you know, monk fruit is one, stevia is one. Those do really well to lower your calorie count. Okay. So that was one area that we focused in on.
But it's still natural.
It's still natural.
It's still very, very natural.
Absolutely.
Now, is that how you live? I'm living a vegan life now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been.
My wife's vegan.
Really?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I wouldn't say I'm vegan yet. I haven't been long enough to be doing it long enough to be vegan, but it's been a month and a half. So, you know, I've been into it a little bit. Yeah. Try to do what's right for my, you know, my body and mind at 54 years old. You're a fit, you know, dude. How do you live? Are you a drinker? Are you vegan? What do you got going on?
Yeah, man. So that's a good story. My kratom search all originated from getting older, and hangovers suck. Honestly.
Yes, they did.
They did. The older you get.
Can I ask how old you are?
Yeah, I am 40.
You have great hair.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Don't cut that off. I ain't got that.
So, yeah, it was all about an alternative to alcohol at the end of the day.
Sure.
It's, I'm an entrepreneur. You work long hours, long weeks. You usually need something at night to relax.
Correct.
And alcohol just, if you're going to wake up and operate at full level, ready to go, alcohol is not the answer.
Think of how you faked the funk for how many years. Like I was drinking from 12 years old, and I just stopped, and I'm 54. Yeah. So, you know, for many, many years, I was fooling myself to think that I'm drinking to go to sleep.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the most ridiculous thing. And I told everybody out there, listen, I'm okay with everybody drinking, I really am. But everybody out there knows you better when you don't drink. Yeah. You're just better. You're better when you make better decisions. You know.
Yeah. You know what's funny is we had a launch party, and it was a house party just to get feedback from people. It was the first time I've ever been at a party, and let's just call it 50 people.
Sure.
Where there was no alcohol there.
Correct.
It was just all Kava and Kratom.
And it was a great vibe.
And it was a great vibe.
Yes, it was.
Awesome.
Well, that's what a Kava Bar is, you know.
Yes.
And I heard you talking earlier about you going in and you're walking into a Kava Bar and you're like, you know, they don't sell alcohol here. That's how I was at first.
Yeah.
Like I think it was it Muddy Mad Hatters, I believe.
Okay.
A long time ago, a young girl Sonia says, "I'll take you on this Kava crawl." So we went to a couple places, and one of them was, we went to Mad Hatters, and then we're checking that place out, and then we went to Muddy. But Mad Hatters, I walked in, and I finally dawned on me that a Kava Bar is a bar.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
And it's just, there's nothing else. It's a bar with people not drinking alcohol. And it sounds crazy, but that's all it is. Yeah. I walked in and I looked around and I go, nobody drinks alcohol in here? That doesn't make sense. And then it dawned on me that there's a lot of people in this world that don't drink and don't want to get drunk.
Absolutely.
And they still have to socialize, and it's still, life's still about community. You still want to meet people, like-minded people.
Yep.
And listen, I used to be that drunk at the bar, alongside the other drunks at the bar, and I was fine. Now I'm not drinking, I can't do it.
Right.
The breath is killing me.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're breathing on me. You're on top of me, and I don't want to be talking to you anyways.
Yep.
So, like you say, you went to an event where there's no alcohol. I guarantee there was no fights. Nobody acted an ass. Maybe somebody talked to somebody else's girl, whatever. But other than that, there's just no violence to it, and that's what a Kava Bar is for me.
You're right, man. The atmosphere is so important.
Mm-hmm.
And that party and every Kava Bar that I go to with friends or family or anyone, the atmosphere is amazing, right?
Yeah.
And I think one thing that I find really fun about that environment is it's really accepting. People are
for sure
really trying to bring you in, educate you about Kava, educate you about Kratom.
Correct.
And that's one of the, more fun things about these places.
Agreed. And I knew early on that the most important thing in a Kava Bar was the person making the Kava and the person with the knowledge of the Kava. Yeah. And I'm starting to get a little bit more knowledge as I go along. So we're all trying to learn as we get older. I want to show some love to the title sponsor, Curaleaf. They're my people. I was just there yesterday. They have unbelievable deals. I went there yesterday. It was buy 3, get 2. And I happened to be going over there to try to get me some Rick Simpson oil because I made some infused coconut oil that I'm going to be cooking with tonight. So you got to get it in your system some way or another. So big ups to Curaleaf. One love to you guys. And also the Newsy Network. One love to you guys as well. Thank you very much. Now, we're talking right now about Mitra9, Unwind. They're all called, that's just the brand name, or do you have any other brands?
Yeah, so we'll be coming out with ones that are infused with caffeine, for instance.
Okay.
That is kind of like instead of Unwind, it might be Elevate.
Okay.
So, there's plenty of other things to come with nootropics.
Sure.
There's other things that come with just other ways to get energy at the end of the day. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot more from Mitra9.
Good.
Yeah,
good. And this is local? You guys are local?
Yeah, so we brew everything in Fort Myers, Florida.
That's local.
Yeah, that's local.
I love that. And we try to show as much love to our Florida people as we can. And our community's we gotta help ourselves. You know, we don't need to be sending money back to California. Like, they've been doing this for a long time. We got to keep our money, in this area right here.
Yeah, I always say that Florida is the Silicon Valley of Kava and Kratom.
Well,
amazing.
of a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, if you really think, if you go to California, you go to New York or some of these bigger cities, you are not going to excel in a lot of things. You're just not, because you're not going to be the 100th person to do it, okay? You're going to come to Tampa, be the first person to do something in Tampa. And, we're just behind and stuff. And I think that's why I love it here. We're not forward,
Yeah.
Like craft beer, it's becoming big here.
Yeah.
Craft beer was big around the country for decades.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Kava and Kratom, but that's what's funny though. Kava and Kratom, we were in the forefront.
Yeah.
Because I believe Bula was one of the first
Absolutely.
in the whole country.
Yep.
So where was your first exposure to Kava?
Yeah, so it would have been the Fort Myers local bars there. So, I mean, there's a slew of them there now. But, Kava Nirvana was one of my first experiences.
Kava Nirvana, okay.
Great little kind of hometown feel there. But yeah, just like the rest of Florida, there's Kava and Kratom bars. They're popping up left and right.
They're popping up left and right, absolutely. Yeah. And you know what? Justifiably so, because, you know, there's going to be bars everywhere, and people have decisions to make. And a lot of people don't know that a Kratom and a Kava bar is a choice.
Sure.
And that's all we're trying to do here in South Tampa, is give somebody a choice.
Yep.
You know, the Green Iguana is right down the street, and there's a bunch of different places where you can drink if you want.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to drink, come hang out here. You can sip on some tea.
Yep.
And you're going to leave here, you're going to feel good about yourself. You're not going to run into anybody.
Yeah.
You're not going to smash into anybody. Yep. You're not going to get arrested.
And, you know, that was part of, you know, what we were striving for with Mitra9 is going back that not everyone likes tea, so that, you know, automatically if you walk into a Kava and Kratom bar, you're limited in choices.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And so we were like, well, eventually, like you said, there's plenty of people that do not want to drink alcohol.
That's correct, yes.
So let's give them more choices.
Correct.
Right? Give them a seltzer. Seltzers have been, you know, they're the hot thing, right? They, you know, last 3 or 4 years, they've exploded.
Yeah. Well, this is sexier than a White Claw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You put, like, I tasted White Claw. Does it taste good to you?
No.
It tastes terrible. You've tasted one, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
I'm a little ashamed of that.
So. Me too. But, you know, I had too many of them, maybe a few. But no, but this is it's an easy drink. I like it on ice myself, and you know, you can put it in like a little sexy glass. It comes out real nice. Yeah. So you're into the Kava, you're into the Kratom marijuana?
I'm not.
You're not?
No.
What you scared of?
Man,
it doesn't do you right?
I'm one of those paranoia, anxiety.
Okay.
I don't know what happens.
It's good for it.
I must not be doing it right.
Well, some people, it triggers it.
Yeah? That's what I'm saying.
I think some people, it tempers it.
Okay.
And some people triggers it.
Okay.
But this is the thing, marijuana, and you know, it's like science now, where they got so many different.
You're right.
It's not like just that dirt weed that they had in your buddy's basement,
right,
that you were smoking back in the day, because you know that's what you were smoking.
That was what I was smoking.
You know, that shit ain't like that no more, man. Now, talk to me about this ayahuasca thing, because I'm very curious about all of that.
So I've dabbled in shrooms, you know, in the past.
I'm a dabbler.
And what's nice about that is it's a reset.
Yeah.
I come out of that feeling good with maybe a new look or a new way to think about something.
Okay.
And
can I ask how much?
How much?
How much do you do, like a hero's dose?
No, I don't think I do hero's
dose.
Okay. You know, I'm more like 1 to 2 grams.
Okay.
You know, depending on.
Because there's a different there's different experiences to have now.
Yeah. I've been to some hippie fests where I might have done a hero dose.
Okay, and you knew about it. But that's the place to do it.
Yeah, of course.
Outside in the open when everybody else is tripping.
Yeah.
That's the best time to trip.
For sure.
Nobody pays attention. Look at that big black guy tripping. It's all good.
Exactly.
It's all good.
So no, you know, there's, you know, Peru is big. There's also in Orlando, Florida, church. I'm being serious right now. Yeah.
They have an Ayahuasca Retreat in Orlando?
In Orlando, Florida. So once again, Florida at the forefront.
It's too bad I hate Orlando.
Well,
I hate Orlando.
You might like the retreat, though.
I might like the retreat.
Yeah.
I've talked to a few people that have been exposed to that, and I have not heard anything negative yet.
Yeah.
With the ayahuasca thing. You know, I haven't. And, you know, now that alcohol's gone, and like I said, I'll dabble in the mushrooms a little bit. I talk to people who do a lot of microdosing and stuff like that. And they all have the same story.
Yeah.
You know what their story is?
What's that?
I'm happy.
I'm happy. Yeah, sure.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
So I try to listen to people, you know what I mean? Like everybody's saying you're happy, there's got to be something to that.
Yeah, I think it's, whether it's cannabis, kratom, kava, ayahuasca, you know, so much education and knowledge is available to us now.
Correct.
That all we really have to do is take some time to educate ourselves about the product.
Okay.
And you're going to probably find a way to consume that product where you're going to enjoy it.
Sure.
You know?
Absolutely.
Well, it's not like, you know, when you're 18 and you're doing beer bongs for hours.
Absolutely.
Nobody enjoys that.
Understandable, yes.
So I think that, you know, the Kava bars, they're doing, for the most part, a pretty good job at educating consumers.
Yep.
And I think it's really important.
So where does Mitra9 go? I mean, we have a few products here. Where do you see Mitra9 in 5 years from now?
Oh, 5 years now. So that's interesting. We are expanding quick. We're moving aggressively throughout the state of Florida. We just recently signed new distributors in Colorado.
Good.
And one in North Carolina.
Good for you.
So we're gonna move across the entire country. Back to the kind of the kratom story is, I went to a bar. I ordered a drink. Down in our part of town, a drink is like $16. And I was like, well,
where?
I don't want to throw any bad
My
names
Lord.
out there. Yeah. So,
okay.
So I was like, well, this is great. I feel great, but $16, a couple of those a day gets expensive.
Yeah, of course.
So I was like, how is this not available at every 7-Eleven gas station?
It is now.
In the entire nation, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where I see Mitra9.
Yeah, okay.
Available at every gas station and Publix and grocer.
It's time.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we do it right here, obviously.
Yep.
But you drive around Tampa, every gas station does kratom.
Yeah.
And they're just really selling people powder that you go home and you're probably gonna misuse it and not do it the right way.
Yeah.
And then they're ingesting all this powder and they're getting sick and you can do it the right way.
You can.
And you can do it the wrong way.
Yes.
But I think you guys are doing it the fabulous way with Mitra9. And if you guys are curious of what this tastes like, I believe we're the only ones in Tampa that cover this.
You are.
That carry this, right?
You are exclusive right now. Yeah.
We're exclusive right now, Mitra9. Only at the Dignitary Tea and Kava House. If you want to taste one, come on, roll through. And like I say, you put it on ice. It's almost like a nice little champagne. And it's absolutely beautiful out here right now.
It is.
But this is nice to sit around the pool or something like that.
Absolutely.
Or when it's
Take
hot.
it to the beach,
absolutely,
to go, whatever.
Absolutely. And to me, this gives me a better feeling than one of them stank White Claws or something like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
No doubt. Well, you have a wonderful product, brother.
Thank you.
And looking forward to doing business in the future.
Thanks for having us.
And no problem. Mitra9, they have this... They got how many? All the flavors you got?
We have 4 flavors right now. Yeah. So
4 flavors.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Passion fruit's my favorite one. Now, I also love kava, and we're gonna have Frank, the Kava OG, come and let us know about a new kava we have in the house. He'll be back. Big up to my boy Dallas Vasquez from Mitra9. You got to come and hang out here at Dignitary Tea and Kava House and get you one of those. Are absolutely delicious. Now, speaking about absolutely delicious, my guy Frank the Kava OG right here that I have with me, my business partner. I put him out there. I said, do some investigative journalism. So he goes out there and he scans the world, literally scans the world, and looks for the best kava. Tell him what you got, brother.
I just made contact. Actually, I've been communicating with a farmer in Fiji in an island called Kadavu for the last 6 months.
How do you get in touch with somebody in Fiji?
Facebook Messenger.
Really?
It's
the power of social media.
What's weird is I got a message from him offering his kava.
Okay.
So instead of just accepting it and sending him a message back, I FaceTimed him.
Okay, perfect.
And this was a traditional,
authentic
Fijian guy, and we started going back and forth over the holidays and stuff like that. And he was telling me about his kava and how it's traditional Fijian waka, and you've never tried anything like this. And he sent me a kilo just to kind of get a try.
Yep.
And we may down the road start bringing it in on the reg.
Absolutely.
But right now it's just something we're trying out. And my experience with kava, I've tried a lot of different kava, a lot of different places. This is Kadavu, is the island. It's one of the many islands in Fiji. And it's a full body Fijian waka, and it's fresh. He pounded it on January 20th. So he got the actual root itself,
really?
Pounded it and brewed it into the powder that we use.
That fresh?
So it was dried and pounded over.
So normal kava, whether you get it from Vanuatu or wherever it is, how long ago was that usually pounded?
It's hard to say because I'm getting it through a distributor.
You never know.
I don't know how long it's been in. This I know for a fact came directly from the island. I saw pictures of the root before he even did anything with it.
So literally you can see him, you can see the plant, you can see him pounding it, then he sends it to you, and then it gets you the mail, and it doesn't get any fresher than that. Listen, this is real talk. You guys know this is everything. I don't care if you're talking about steak, fish, vegetables, whatever you're talking about. Fresher's better. Okay.
The beauty of it is, right after I made the first batch of this kava today. I FaceTimed him, and face to face, his name's Salose, and his company is Seneca Boa Kava over in Fiji.
Nice.
And it was like, you're gonna love my kava. I love you, my brother.
Yes.
This is great because it is. It's a gift. He's giving us a gift.
Yes.
In this country, he's not distributing. So we are exclusive, the only ones that have this. In
See, that's beautiful though.
Right now.
See, that's what we want to do here in Dignitary Tea and Kava. We want to have kava that nobody else has.
Yeah.
And this is what this is right here.
And this, like I said, it's a Fijian waka, which is a full body kava.
Yeah, man.
Bula, brother.
Bula.
Bula.
Ah. Woo. That's good.
Yeah. And you can taste. I mean, you can taste.
It's extra dirty. You know?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is when you taste kava, you're really just tasting the soil from the different countries. You know what I mean? And it tastes soily. This does that.
Kava has a flavor, like I tell everybody, it has a flavor profile. It's easily damaged.
Yep.
You know, if you do something that you shouldn't do in the way you're preparing it, you're going to take away the flavor of that soil, the flavor of that root. I mean, it's a root. It's like a potato. It's a root. So it has that starchiness, and you can damage it with hot water. So I do it traditional. I do it the way they told me. And it's working.
Well, I don't know if anybody's more traditional than Frank the Kava OG because, listen, I listened to the dude. Sometimes he was like, I don't even want to make the kava when I'm not in a good mood because the kava doesn't turn out well.
It's true.
I mean, that's pretty freaking nuts,
true.
dude.
If you don't have the energy,
well, don't change, bro.
No, man.
Don't change.
It's all about good energy.
Listen, I listen to everybody comes in here and they talk about the kava, they talk about your kava, and I know you've been thinking about, being a kava owner for how many years, you think?
At least 10.
That's what I'm saying. Well, it's come to fruition.
It wasn't even wanting to be a kava owner. It was just wanting to bring this message to the people. This is something that, I feel that I'm here to do. It changed my life. Everybody I've told about it has changed their life. It's changing your life.
No doubt.
All we're going to do is bring more people to this and
that's what I'm saying, though.
Teach people that there's an alternative to drugs, alcohol, and all that other poisonous crap you put in your body every single day. I mean,
correct.
The plant medicine is by far something that is going to help. It's going to cure this world if people just commit and start looking at a lot of what's been thrown out in front of your face over the years.
No doubt.
Stick with the plants. They're natural.
Yeah, man, from the earth.
It's Mother Nature, and you can't abuse it because if you go too far, it tells you.
That's and it's like everything else in the world. And listen, like I said, I'm eating vegan now. Stuff coming from the earth. I feel great. I feel great. You're going to be more regular. All stopped up. You're not drinking alcohol and acting a fool at night and in the morning. And you get up and do your workout, and that's what life's all about. Yeah, man.
Just want to live happy, harmonious lives.
Absolutely. Harmonious is the word of the week.
Absolutely.
We appreciate all you guys listening in. Everybody have a wonderful week and go out and smoke something delicious. I know we will. Peace out.